Hello people, welcome to my channel. I don't normally call you people, that felt odd, but hello, welcome back. We are doing a review, a video. We're going to talk all things Mrs Doubtfire the Musical. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So we're ready to talk about Mrs Doubtfire. Welcome to my channel if you are new. If you don't know, for most shows that I see, I like to do 2 separate videos. First one being the nervous guide to the show, which is when we talk about my experience and any content or sensory warnings that you need to know about and more. But basically my experience being in the theatre and seeing the show, and also any things that you need to be wary of, kind of. And then we have the review portion, or the review video, which is this one. This is when we talk about everything to do with the show itself, my thoughts, my feelings, people and actors that I enjoyed seeing, aspects of the creative side that I liked. I try to be positive and in no way am I being professional, etc. This is just me, a person who likes theatre, talking about a theatre show that I saw. Basically, that is the deal. You will also notice that normally the review videos come out on a Sunday and the nervous guide bits usually come on a Friday-ish. Dates are different to normal because I wanted this video to go up sooner rather than later, as the show is set to close shortly. But there is a little event in the theatre calendar happening on Sunday, which meant that I needed to do a video for that event on Sunday, and I wanted this video to go up because this show closes on the, just checking my notes, 26th of April. So there really isn't a lot of time left to see the show at the Shaftesbury Theatre if you're planning on it. We're done, we're in, let's go. So this show has been one on my list for a while. Since the announcement that it was coming, I was like, ooh, quite excited. I like the 1994, just let that settle in, the 1994 feature film featuring Robin Williams. I've always been a fan of that, really enjoy watching it on like a duvet day, and they announced that it was coming to the West End. I got mildly excited, didn't really know anything about it, put it on my I need to see this list. A couple of times I almost watched it as a Sunday matinee because that's what they used to do. However, a couple of months ago now they changed their matinee days and now they have a Monday matinee, not a Sunday matinee, and they have Sundays off, I think. And so that kind of poo-pooed that idea, and it got to pretty much a month to go and I was like, right, I need to see the show. I have an afternoon, let's take myself down to London, go and see the show, come back the same day, because I am poor. I went in pretty much blind, apart from that I have a few friends who've seen the show and said that it was a pretty fun environment to be in. So a little bit of backstory. Like I said, it is based on the 1994 feature film, and the musical version has been brought to life with music and lyrics by Wayne and Kerry Kirkpatrick, and with a book by Kerry Kirkpatrick and John, I didn't write this in my notes, John O'Farrell. I don't know why I didn't do that. The names of those people struck excitement levels because they are also the brains in Something Rotten, and John O'Farrell is also behind Just for One Day, which is going to come into the Shaftesbury after Mrs Doubtfire leaves it. So that was quite exciting to find out. The music in this show had some good songs, it had some songs. My favourites, if you will, I did quite enjoy the whole creativeness of Make Me a Woman. I really enjoyed that, and it had a bit of a beat to it. It was like boo 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 boo. Love that song in Act 1. Act 2 also had the song, I'm just going to check its name in the programme because I am not professional in any shape or form and will not write everything that I need to write down in my notes before I start recording. Big Fat No. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed that song in the second half. Act 2, always good. But yeah, here are all said musical numbers. And yeah, some of them more memorable than others, and some of them have a different name or a slightly different in the London production to the Broadway production, which I found out earlier whilst listening to it. Creatively, let's stick with it. I enjoyed the set design or scenic design, which has been done by David Corrins. Most of it is set in either Daniel's flat or the Hillards' home, and I enjoyed both sets equally. I quite enjoyed the moving parts of the Hillards' house and things that moved in and out, and the stairs. I always want to know, when they put stairs like that in a show, where do they go? I'm assuming to next to nothing, but where do they go? But I did enjoy the scenic design, and I also enjoyed the costumes, which were done by Catherine Zuber. Obviously a big part of Mrs Doubtfire is the changes of Daniel's character from Daniel into Mrs Doubtfire. Some of them are done on stage, a few are done, most of them are done off stage, a few of them are done on stage, but all in all very fun to watch and interesting to see how it is all put together when they are quick ones on stage. The choreography in the show has been done by Lauren Lataro. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I enjoyed that it was different styles. It did also have a good tap moment during one of the songs. Can I remember the song right now? No, I cannot. Should have kept the page open on the musical numbers. Can I work out what it is? Easy Peasy, I want to say. Could be wrong. But it is a big number full of tap and a little bit of chaos. Always fun. Especially when that tap has even been done by Mrs Doubtfire themselves. Love it. Cast wise, I wanted to shout out a few names. Also wanted to mention we did have a few covers, understudies, alternates on, which always makes life quite fun. I will leave the full cast board to my side here because I have space to at this current time, so you can see everyone who was involved. We, as you may notice, had the alternate Doubtfire or the alternate Daniel, depending on your views, which was Billy Roberts. I found him amusing to watch, as you should. The accent that he used for Mrs Doubtfire was kind of similar to what you'd expect for that role. Obviously, if you've seen Mrs Doubtfire the film a few times, you've got an image in your brain slash in your ear in a way of how you feel like Mrs Doubtfire should sound, and Billy did a good job of that. You had Laura Tebbutt as Miranda and Charlotte Fleming as Lydia, who both took the vocals in places I wasn't expecting. Lydia has a pretty decent moment in the musical version that I feel like you don't get with the film, and Charlotte in that role, oh, her vocals were at times insane and I really enjoyed listening to her. Cameron Blakely plays Frank Hillard and I, as always, find him hilarious. I really enjoyed the whole thing that character does when he's lying. For some reason it just tickled me quite a lot. I also enjoyed the work that he did alongside Marcus Collins, who plays his husband Andre. That duo together was very fun and quite entertaining to watch. In our performance, Christopher and Natalie, the other two children, were played by Tommy Bailey Vine and Sana Kiruhana. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I apologise. And they were both excellent little performances too. Little as in people, not little performances. Every time there is a young person in a show, and I'm just like, how are you so talented at such a small age? And I sit here at like 30 odd with next to no talent in my soul. It hurts. It hurts so much. But enough of me. The cast were fun to watch. Like I said, we did have quite a few understudies, covers, swings on, which always makes a show a little bit special and always quite fun to see too. This was my first experience seeing this show, as I said at the beginning of this video, and I'm glad that I saw it before the show closes. It was a fun watch, it was entertaining to see. It's not one that I would rush back to necessarily. Now that I've seen it, I feel like I've seen it and won't need to go and watch it anymore before it closes. However, if in a couple of years they decide to do a tour version, I wouldn't be not willing to go and see it again. Was that the right way of saying that? Probably not. I'm up for a return visit in a few years if it tours, is basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that is pretty much that on the matter. I now need to stop talking so that I have a chance to edit all these videos before I hopefully put them out. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here and say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tell your friends. But all that's left to say from me is the normal, and that is thank you very much for watching. I love you all lots. And finally, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Bye everyone.